we're
Tell
going
us
to talk
when
and
you
then
start.
tell us, yes. I want to go to that.
Just do it now. Is it live?
Oh, we're live? Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Terry Bennett, and I'm the money coach, and I'm part of Max Money Center, and we're here to help you with any personal finance questions, concerns that you want to talk about.
And I'm Gina. I'm Gina Robinson. I'm the director of the Student Success Center, and I'm also part of the Max Money Center. So welcome to I think this is our second live show, Max Money Show. Right here.
Max Money Show.
This is fun.
It's great, and we're actually hoping that some of you students who are listening might want to actually be part of our studio audience.
Yes.
Our goal is to make this like The View for the social. So if you have any ideas or you want to come on down, please do. Right?
Yeah. And you know what? We often talk about money. And so we decided, money and couples, money and entertainment, money, and today is money and
Food.
Money and food. And it's right around dinner time.
And because
Are
we
you
all love to
hungry?
eat. I'm always hungry. So we have a special guest today, a fourth-year student, Jen Chen. So come on down, Jen, and let's talk a little bit with you.
Jen. Yeah. Jen's been with our center for about 4 years, and she's a kinesiology student, ready to graduate, and she loves food.
I love it.
Yeah, she loves food.
So you have a blog. So tell us how you started, what got you interested in that.
So basically around second year, my way of hanging out with people would always be like, let's go get food together. And I don't know how, but I just had like this list of restaurants that I always wanted to try. So I'd go to a different restaurant with friends each time, and I'd take pictures of my food and send them to my friends. And then there was a point where I was like, I do this a lot, I might as well make an Instagram page out of it, because friends would always ask me for recommendations for where to go eat. So I'm like, I'll just direct them to this Instagram page that has pictures of all the food that I've eaten and like what I think about them. So that's when it started.
And a lot of people, I always take pictures of food, like plates.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't, and my kids
I'm
do
too busy
too.
eating it to take a picture.
Well, I always make sure nobody starts, and if it looks really good, that's a big thing with students, eh?
Yeah, everyone takes pictures of their food.
They can brag about it.
Yeah. We have something called like phone eats first, and then we just take a picture of our
Wow,
food.
that's great.
Phone
Eats
Eats
first.
Yeah.
That's great.
And what's the name of your blog?
It's called Jen Loves Ham.
Okay.
So it's Jen Loves Ham for Hammond, Hamilton, or also ham, like the food ham, because I love ham.
So tell me, I'm curious, how do you find the money to go out to eat so much? How does it fit into your budget?
So I actually save a lot of money in other areas. It looks like I'm always spending money, but I'm actually really frugal when it comes to other things. So I know a lot of students might buy a coffee every day, and that's like $2 per day, and at the end of the week that's $14. I would rather not buy a coffee every day, save that $14 and splurge at like a nice cafe twice a week maybe, because $14 can get you like a nice coffee and a treat at a nicer cafe. So I do stuff like that, and I just save money in other areas that allows me to spend more money on good food.
So you sort of set food as a priority.
Yeah.
That's your
Like
priority.
I say, it's about making choices.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're going to kind of spend your money.
Yeah.
And yours is kind of the food, kind of going out for a food experience.
Yeah.
Have you tried to monetize your blog?
No, it's more of a hobby thing because I am a full-time student, so
Yeah, she's a full-time
it takes a
student.
lot of time to be a student and also extracurriculars and work, so I'm not like putting that much time into food blogging anymore. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And what about coupons and stuff? Because I know, sometimes I'm looking at WagJag and I'm looking at Groupon.
Yeah.
And I noticed, there's some, pretty good coupons for dining. Is that something too that you're interested in and you'd like to promote that?
So like the McMaster agenda that they have, that the MSU makes, they always have really good coupons at the back. And some of them are to local businesses, and then that's a good way to save some money when you're going
Oh,
out to
from
eat.
the MSU?
Yeah.
Okay, so where do students get those coupons?
There's a McMaster agenda, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
usually the second floor, but you have to grab it like in August.
It's probably
early
gone by now, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, that's too bad. But you go on Groupons and stuff? Do you go on those
Sometimes,
websites?
yeah. I found a good coupon to Papagayo, which is like a Mexican place, and I think it was like $10 off 30 or something. So I just went with a friend and we got $10 off.
So that's great. So if any of you out there know some really great coupon or Wag Jag deals, that would be great to share with other students. Please pass them along, and we'll let the folks know. Yeah, those are great tips. What's your favorite restaurant, and then we'll move on to our other guests.
My favorite restaurant is probably Pho Du Bo. So it's a pho place which is in.
Love that place.
Yeah.
That's a great place. Pho Del Bo.
Where is it? Where is it?
There's multiple locations. The one I go to is on James in Cannon, I think. And it's usually about like $10 for this huge bowl of noodles and soup, and it's really filling and it's healthy and it's pretty cheap. So
Yeah,
that's my
it's
go-to.
Vietnamese food, and it's delicious, and there's lots of fresh vegetables and everything.
So,
Okay.
thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. That's great.
Are you going to stay with us? You going to sit with us? Because we've got a couple of other guests coming
Do you
on.
want me to sit here?
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Or we can move over because we've got a couple of other guests coming on. So our next guest, thank you so much for coming, is Leanna. And here comes Leanna, and here comes Chef Lee. So
Hello.
welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
We're talking about food, and we're in Bridges, so I'm not sure if we let everybody know that. And this is kind of Chef Lee's home. So
Home away from home right here.
this is
Yes.
home away from
Yes,
home.
I actually
and-
spend more time here than I do at home. Easily.
Well, we have something really special going on for next week on Valentine's Day. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing?
Sure, yeah. It's going to be basically a demonstration as well as a cooking class, a tutorial. We're going to start with making a vegan pad thai. It's actually going to be gluten free, so it's a little different. We're going to right from scratch. The students are going to learn how to chop up all the different vegetables that are going to go into it, how to cook rice noodles, and then how to make the sauce. And then from there, we're going to make spring rolls as well. We're going to learn a type of filling, a vegan spring roll as well, and then we're going to actually roll the spring rolls and fry them as well. So it's a bit of a technique involved. So, but once you learn how to do it, the sky's the limit. You can put whatever you want to inside of a spring roll. It doesn't have to be. We're going to make like an Asian coleslaw to go into this one. But
You can put meat in it if
you can use meat
So it's
and
kind of
mushrooms.
versatile.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
just like it's a
Yeah.
fancy crispy ravioli, if you will. It doesn't always have to be in that same shape. But sort of once you just learn the sort of the dynamics of how to use the food, and then so we'll be bringing students up and letting them. We're not going to fry it. We're going to let them try to just do some of the knife drills, learn a little bit of the knife skills as well, and then actually hands-on rolling. And then there's a sample at the end of the show. That's where it gets good. We'll be sampling.
We'll be
We'll be
eating
eating pad thai.
that's
We'll be
awesome.
eating as well as a spring roll.
Okay, oh, that's fantastic.
It's
Yeah. So
next
we-
Thursday. It's here in Bridges, exactly right here, and it's from
Yep.
6 till 7:30. And
Okay.
Leanne will be here with us as well. correct?
Valentine's.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
Yes.
Why is it Valentine's?
Because we're pals.
Oh, okay, I love that. But no, that sounds super interesting. So that event right now is posted on Oscar Plus. So for our viewers out there, please sign up because it is limited space available, and you're going to get to try Chef Lee's and Leanna's concoction here. So that sounds wonderful. And I know rice noodles, like they're not always the easiest.
No,
to
there's a
cook.
bit of a technique there.
Okay, so I think that's interesting. So yeah, because I know I tried to cook them and they don't always turn out, but they're supposed to be a little bit healthier. So
Yep, and gluten free as well, if that matters for somebody as well. So
Yeah.
that's
Great.
So yeah, great.
that's a big thing these days. So it's,
And
Yeah.
it's vegan as well, so there's
It is
no
all vegan,
dairy.
yes.
So yeah, that's excellent.
It's going to be fun.
Okay.
And so Leanna, you're a registered dietitian,
I
right?
am. I'm a registered dietitian, and I work with Hospitality Services. So Lee and I are pals, and we do fun events together. And I work with all the other chefs as well in the other units.
Can students see you?
They can. So you can email me.
Here she is. If you
I'm going to get her
Here's
to talk about
Leanna.
a personal issue.
Yes, you can email me for an appointment. I often see students who are looking to transition actually to a vegan or vegetarian diet. So
Do you?
Yeah, and they don't really know how to go about it because they hear that there's a lot that they have to think about. So we try to work on it together. I see students for a number of different health issues actually. Sometimes it's just how do I eat better on campus, and we have a chat about that. Other times it's more specific, but you can come and email me for an appointment, and we'll go from there.
Do you get a lot of calls for I need to lose weight?
In January
I need
is
to
a
be
little
healthier.
bit.
Well, but that's the better
Yes,
question, but
well,
I can see
it's
it
more
more
around that.
This
Yeah.
is actually a good segue
Yeah.
because I was just telling somebody the other day that Weight Watchers has been rebranded. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's like wellness, full wellness.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yes, and it's very
Yeah.
good. And you know they were talking. So they had a news clip on it, and they were talking about the food plan.
Okay.
So and I wanted to ask Leanne about that because they were talking. Yeah, the food because
Like the new
food-
candidates
the new
food
candidates.
Oh, sorry, food guide.
Yeah, food guide. And sort of how that's changed.
Yes.
And that's kind of inspired, like the different
Oh, I
ways
didn't
that
know
we're
Weight
eating
Watchers
and the
responded to
millennials
that.
and that sort of thing. And and so they
Yeah.
kind of responded to this, different way of eating.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if you could tell us a little bit
So,
about what that opens
yeah,
up.
we have a beautiful new food guide actually for those who haven't seen it. It's quite a beautiful picture of different food and the way that they did it. It's entirely evidence-based and it's centered around a plate and how your plate should look. And actually, Lee knows as well, because I talked about this with the chefs, we've used the healthy plate model to plan a lot of our menus. So the way it's divided is that half your plate should be filled with veggies, the other half should be split between grains and protein. And it also has a lot of other tips, so it emphasizes eating plant-based proteins, it emphasizes mindfulness, making more of your meals at home when you can, eating with friends, prepping food with friends, so it's much more comprehensive and holistic, which is really nice.
What about dairy products?
That's one
Dairy
Or is that a
products.
protein?
It's in the protein category. It
Okay.
just asks that choose more plant proteins when you can.
As opposed to the animal, so that.
Exactly. It's not saying one is better or another. It's just saying choose plant proteins more often. So if you come to Bridges, that's inherently done for you. And for your Valentine's Day event, it's already done. So choosing things like beans, tofu, which is actually more cost effective too, since we're talking about
So
plant
yeah,
food.
that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, so plant proteins are usually very good bang for your buck when it comes
Great
to
way to
protein.
say it. It's a great thing for your health.
Great bang for your
Yeah.
buck. A couple of dried lentils, I think, will have about 15 grams of protein.
Couple?
A cup, like a cup
Oh, I
of-
thought you said a couple.
No, no, no,
Oh my
no,
God.
no.
I'm having 2 cups.
I
I'm
think-
on protein.
No, I think it's about half a cup to a cup of lentils can contain about 15 grams of protein, and I think a lot of students have that myth that plants aren't as high in protein, but they actually can be quite high.
So
They're
lentils
fiber,
are good for
If
that.
not
lentils,
higher.
Like lentil
chickpeas,
stews.
beans, any type of bean.
What keeps you fuller?
Fiber will really help you, so beans,
So
really
would-
full of
so would it be
fiber.
the lentils that would keep you fuller?
Yeah, and then also filling up on veggies, so making half that plate vegetables, you're getting all those fiber and
So that would-
just the bulk, which is great. Yeah,
So there's a great program called Use, what is it called?
choose to reuse.
And
Yes.
that's at Mac. Can you talk
Our
about
green
that?
containers. Yeah, so at Bridges and at East Meets West and Centro, you can ask for your meal in a choose to reuse container. So it's a program that we run. You buy into the program, and then it's only $5 for the entire time you're at Mac.
Oh.
And then you save a quarter off of every meal that you get in there. So you make your $5 back pretty fast if you're doing all your meals in here. The other part is reusable mugs. So if you bring your reusable mug to campus, coffee or tea, you save 10 cents on campus as well. So great programs, also great for the environment. We're trying to minimize our food waste.
You can have one.
Yeah, you can take any leftovers you have to go. And then you bring it back and we do your dirty dishes.
Oh, and then you give them the new
You
one?
just give us the dirty
not the
container.
same
Or
one for
laminated
4
card.
years.
No, so you bring it back, we do your dirty dishes, you get a membership card, and then you keep going.
Ah,
Yeah, whenever you're ready to
that's
buy food, yeah.
great. So if you forget it at home, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, no.
And you can use it
So
all
that's
through.
great.
school.
So is that popular with students?
We're seeing a nice little increase this year. I know Bridges, they've been
That's
running
great.
out of containers quite a
We do.
bit. I always have to give them container deliveries.
Bring them back to us, please.
Yes,
Yes.
bring them back.
And but I was thinking too, it doesn't force you to overeat. Like, if you buy
that's
something.
Right. Yeah, you can
and
take
you're-
it with you.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you're thinking, you know what? Like, I think my eyes were, bigger than my
Right.
actual appetite. I like the idea that you can just sort of take it with you as opposed
Yeah.
to trying to eat it or waste it.
Yes.
Because a lot of times I see it, that when people eat a lot of food on their plate.
Yeah.
if you're trying to save money, I would say that would be the number one.
Yeah, so we-
That would be a number one
Yeah.
tip. Don't waste.
Yes.
Pack it up, right? Jen, you
Yeah.
do that.
Always.
You do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, so we
Great way to
rebranded it
promote
this
it.
year too,
Did
so
you?
it's nice and
Okay.
colorful. So
Yeah.
we're really trying to encourage students for that reason. Like it minimizes our food waste on campus. We're trying to be conscious of the environment and help students out by giving them a nice little rebate whenever they use it.
And the footprint, and not to mention just the less garbage. I would say reusable.
Yeah.
So any tips on shopping that students might
Grocery shopping, yes. So
Oh my gosh.
yes.
Don't go when you're hungry.
That is actually a
Well,
very
no,
good tip.
that is a tip.
It is a
telling
very
you.
good tip.
Yeah.
because
Or-
when we're hungry, we're like, I want everything.
You want everything, but when you're hungry, I just go to the samples.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's a different story. But so
Get
firstly, I would encourage you to check out your stores that have discounts. There's often student discount days. In addition, we want to stick to the outside aisles of the grocery store because that's where you're going to
Okay.
find all your whole foods.
Okay.
And less of the convenience items, which are in the middle aisles usually, and can very quickly eat at your budget if you're trying to stay healthy on a budget. Yeah.
Oh,
Totino's
that's
is
it.
too.
Right?
Does every
Discount.
store
Is
Tuesday?
every store laid out that way?
Most grocery
stores
stores,
are like-
yeah.
okay.
When you walk in, you'll notice
Yeah,
like fruits and
vegetables
veggies are on
and
the
fruit.
side,
Right.
and then around the perimeter
Okay.
you have your dairy and your cheese. And the other thing that I want to say is frozen vegetables are a-okay. So especially in the winter when things aren't in season, totally okay to buy frozen veggies. Just make sure there's like no salt or no sugar added.
Another tip might be, I know for money, if you're really on a budget and you need to be really careful, take out your phone and use the calculator on your phone, and as you're going along, just add up the cost. So
Yeah.
that you're not, there's not like that cashier shock.
Yes.
You know, when it's sort of too late to do anything about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or too embarrassed.
Or too embarrassed,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you can take that back. Yeah.
And do you recommend cash, Terry?
Well, yeah, I am, but I know that that's not a reality for many students. So, but there, if you come to see Max Money Center, we'll give you a technologically good way of sort of managing cash, like using technology.
Yeah. The other thing that is another kind of advanced tip is really menu planning for the week. So think about what you want to eat that week and then create a grocery list from that and stick to the grocery
And
list.
buying on sale, I make
Yeah.
all my meals based on whatever the flyers have on sale. So
Yeah.
if chicken's on sale, we're eating chicken. If pork's on sale, we're eating pork.
Yes. And build that into your meal plan.
And that's how
Okay,
you'll do
yeah.
the plan. Yeah.
And then Lee can actually talk about, he has great leftover tips and freezing tips. So when you menu plan, try to plan that you have leftovers and then save them.
Have them for
Plan-
lunch the next.
and, yeah, have a plan over
Yeah.
instead of the
That's
leftovers.
great.
Yeah.
They were always referred to as planned overs in my house.
Planned
and,
over.
Wait, okay,
Yes.
so instead of leftovers, I like this.
Planned overs.
Planned overs.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're gonna make,
Okay.
if you have white rice one night, for instance, or anything, what you can definitely put it in the freezer. We'll get into food storage in a minute, but
Yeah.
or you can keep it the next day. Use it as a thickener for a soup. You can put it in your cabbage rolls. You can
Right.
just have something planned the next day. If you're gonna have rice with a curry one day, then you can use it so to make a rice pudding if you want for a dessert. But just have another plan in mind for it. So that's what.
Like, this sounds so great, but I'm thinking, okay, how am I gonna do all of this? Like, it sounds so,
This day and age, there's Google. If you have trouble with it as well,
Okay.
for ideas of how do you get Google.
like ideas.
How do you
There
use
are
up
lots.
rice?
Look at
Yeah.
ideas,
Like mashed
write them
potatoes,
down on
yeah.
your fridge even.
Sure.
You know, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, you know, I don't even know how to do that. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, so it's almost like developing new habits.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I tell
Yeah.
students often to like look at it as experiment or practicing. So
Yeah.
find meals that you can create really fast and you know well, and have those in your back pocket for when you're tight on time. And then, like Lee was saying, plan to use that throughout the week.
Jen, do you cook too? So-
Yeah. So I agree with everything that they say. I always shop in like the outside.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
And a reduced wrap?
Yeah, if they're still available.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes if they're there, yeah.
Do you like to cook too?
I'm okay at cooking. Yeah.
Good.
I like cooking with friends actually.
Yeah, it's fun.
See, that's the other thing, yeah, is making it an
Make it social.
experience, right? So, and it could be a pretty cheap date.
Yes.
Put your
Yeah.
meal
Oh
in,
cook with a date.
pick out
Yeah.
some recipes.
And maybe have a nice
And
bottle
everybody-
of wine as your.
Yeah.
We promote responsible.
Oh, I know, at home,
Like,
you're not
if you're-
driving.
Yes,
From
I
the
was
food.
usually, yes, I'm in the right age. Yeah, she's gonna get into trouble. Okay. No, but actually, I really like that idea. That's a great idea for having, and playing music or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that's a
Yeah.
great way.
So I think we have, we have one more
okay.
time?
Wow, this is fun. Yeah, what other questions?
Can I?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
touch on food storage.
Food storage,
For your,
yeah, very
because
important.
The one way to lose money right away is if your food after you're finished is going in the garbage.
Yeah.
So from there, we talked about just different ways to reuse it. But if you're going to store it, first of all, clean your freezer up and organize it. Okay, so when anything that goes in your freezer, like I have mine organized for meats, vegetables, pastries, breads, that sort of thing, and everything has to be wrapped tightly
Yeah.
in airtight Tupperware. And then there's the last thing, label it and date it. Okay? Because I don't know about you, if the seal breaks and it ends up getting a little bit of a crust on it and you have no idea a month later, 2 months later, actually what it is, where this comes from.
Yeah.
Give yourself a fighting chance and say, all right, this is from this day and this is what I used
Well,
before, whatever.
How long can you actually keep food in the freezer where it still has integrity?
Depending on what it is and how it's stored, easily up to about 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
But then there's to be able to identify when something is a problem. Like if the seal's broken, if your seal does break and you notice there's a bit of frost on it or it's got like a white coating on it, chances are the freezer burnt. You can let it go at that point. But that's where the beforehand, spend a little bit extra, get some good bags that don't get holes in them,
And that's
then
important for
containers.
safety and not getting,
And the quality of your food. You spend money on it for starters.
Yeah.
But anything can be frozen, you know, and so you don't have to worry. Like even freeze your mashed potatoes, freeze your roast potatoes. You can use it. There's nothing saying, like even if you had half a steak left over, there's nothing saying you can't chop it up and put it in the frittata next to
But these
But
sorts
label
of organizing your freezer is important because a lot of times if you throw it in, you forget that it's in there.
Yeah.
And then you might have doubled up and then maybe you spent more than you needed to because it's already in there.
It's just a little overwhelming. Everything just wrapped
I've
up.
wasted a lot of food that way, absolutely. Okay, any final closing thoughts about food, except that, yeah, food's good.
Next
Yeah.
Thursday.
You
We'll
know
see you
what,
next
food's
Thursday.
good, please, next Thursday, come
next
and see
Thursday.
us, come in and meet Chef Lee and Leanna and all of us, and it's been great talking about
And
food.
thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much for having us, and I do have some gifts for you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
Thank you.
so thank you, just to remind you. about-
Next Monday, Saturday.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
why you're here, you go. Thank you so much. All right, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for
Bye.
tuning in.
See you next
See you next week.